Do not be seen or heard. Do not fit the description. Slouch a little when you see them. Confidence scares them. Cam Newton. In 1946, Kenny Washington was the first African American in the NFL. And just like Jackie Robinson, dealt with racist men who didn't want their sport integrated. When the sounds of patriotism silenced our own. You ever seen a black man walk? Oh, it's like rhythm and meter done jumped above the page and decided to move and glide with spirit. You ever seen a black man walk in with a cold style like, keep tap dancing? I'm here! See, there are messages in a black man's walk, and you got to listen. For Richard Sherman. There is nothing special about our survival. We're from the block where the best offense is a better mouth. Sports was the only time that black people were able to practice their own wizardry. But once you fumbled your words, they rushed you. To monkey. Seattle Seahawks cornerback Richard Sherman is a beast on the football field, but it is his outspoken behavior that has earned him national fame. On a post-game interview on live television in 2013, he emotionally shouted into the camera, "Don't open your mouth about the best, or I'll shut it for you." The public was dismayed and quick to label Sherman as a thug. And while he admitted to the arrogance of the moment, he fired back, stating that there is a cultural shortcoming when it comes to the understanding of black athletes. Researcher John Anteen strengthens this claim, referring to what is known as the beastian of black athletes. He explains that it is the physical differences that are tethered to racist stereotypes of an animalistic black nature, and the implication that they are somehow intellectually inferior, thus dehumanizing black athletes, and by extension, the greater black community. So with the poetry for Richard Sherman by Mega, Black Light by Javon Nays, John Carlos and Tommy Smith by Ant Black and Therese Lemons, When a Black Man Walks by Now Israel, Target by Anthony Ragler, Morphing into Primal by In Flames, and Dab Cam Newton by Sean Williams. A program, because Sherman may be a beast and a loudmouth, but he also graduated with a 4.0. After Richard Sherman's post-game rant, my high school football teammate's mother offered a sentiment via Facebook. It reads, "Dear Richard Sherman, what a piece of shit. This is what happens when you let them out the ghetto." I bet you want me to be a specific kind of black, don't you, ma'am? Not the angry woman going off at Walmart, not the boys arguing on the bus. Not the kind that's dark enough to eat you. When a black man walks, he is always hunted. He is animal, standing out like a living corpse when a black man walks. Every day, he is like Jesus. Paranoid of crucifixion. Sports is a lot like America, Cam. When dealing with black bodies, it is so violent that at any moment you can be taken out with a blindside hit. So if you make it to your destination, dab on them, dab on them, dab on them. Do not throw up sideways peace signs. It looks too much like a gang sign. You are a gang sign. What else could they do with the black athlete whose grades jumped higher than his vertical? For example, if I'm covering the wide receiver and I tell him, "You ain't shit," It's not for the wide receiver per se. It's in hope that the gust of wind will help alter his route. They'll only love you when you're no longer able to prove them wrong. When a black man walks, listen. Listen to the orchestra under his feet. Pay attention to the vibrations he makes when he walks in the room. He often finds white women following closely behind him. But you can't blame a white sister for loving the way a black man walks. She understands some things and is cool with the fact that her babies will have nappy hair, even though she will not know how to comb it. Now I want to tell every black athlete to quote God, quote Ali, scream you're the greatest until nappy-headed boys realize that when you win a national title or a Super Bowl, that it is in fact your moment. So go ahead, Serena. Crib walk all over the US Open. Gabby, rock a natural on top of an Olympic podium and be blasphemous black. We all know the witchcraft of language. How they reduce us to rants, dismiss our truths, our honesty. It's all a game of magic, Sherman. I guess the greatest spell of white privilege is animal morphing. Genes spliced and triggered, the nation stones in my system, dissolve my brain, block my lungs, morphing. Because at the base of this, we know it's fear. And believe me, ma'am, black knows fear. We know the rows of sharp teeth that you were born with, ma'am. We know that your rosewood whisper could rumble a southern manhunt. We have seen you throw fire and try to extinguish it with apology. They want you to stir your dreadlocks in a pot, Sherman, and turn them into a dog leash. They ask you, why do you talk so much? The same way the wind asks a mountain why it doesn't move when pushed. If you aren't careful, they will tame the fire that got you here. But if one man's trash is another man's treasure, then are you trash talking? Or are you simply a descendant of King Midas with too much gold stuck in your throat? I guess Muhammad Ali was a monkey too. I guess Michael Jordan was just one real ass gorilla. Do not express yourself. Do not talk about raising your hand in class. You will just be another Negro without answers. The night has made lovers out of us lone wolves. My brothers are screaming we are in danger. He only sees red and thinks it is the shadow of the target on his back. Do not talk about being 6'4", 292 pounds. Don't you know that black bodies are weapons? Don't you know that they have weapons? Being black in America is a lot like being a grizzly on hunting grounds. Everyone is scared of our claws, but claws are futile against bullets. But here I am, Here I am, the only one not outraged, because I didn't expect anything different. This is the beauty of my people. We can turn tragedy into celebration.